Any second now. Think we're looking for a Brad Pitt lookalike.
Bean is a 1997 comedy film directed by Mel Smith based on the British sitcom Mr. Bean. The movie would find massive box office success. Mr. Bean, played by Rowan Atkinson, is a well-meaning but often clumsy security guard at the National Gallery Art Museum in London, England. The board of directors meet to discuss the purchase of the 1871 American painting Whistler's Mother by the Grierson Art Gallery in Los Angeles, California, from the Musée d'Orsay in Paris, France. They also come to unanimous agreement that the destructive Mr. Bean should be fired from his job at the gallery. However, the sentimental chairman insists that Mr. Bean stay on.
The Grierson Gallery of California needs a representative of our great gallery. They are looking for a scholar of the very highest standing. I have therefore decided to recommend for the post, and the 3 months sabbatical that goes with it, that splendid employee, Mr. Bean. All those in favor? Yeah!
The owner and chairman of the Los Angeles Gallery, George Grierson, played by Harris Yulin, informs curator David Langley, played by Peter MacNicol, about Bean.
Bean? I can't say I've heard of him.
Oh, letter signed by Doctors Rosenblum and Cutler.
Well, that's impressive.
They say he's a man whose incontrovertible genius dwarfs our own meager talent.
Langley decides that a man of Bean's esteem should stay at his house, much to the chagrin of his wife Allison, played by Pamela Reed.
In our house for 2 months? Oh, David, what? Suddenly there's no hotels in Los Angeles?
Okay, there's no need to get excited here. I just thought, this is the Royal National Gallery of England's top man. I thought it'd be very exciting to have around, to learn from, and talk to. And
So do we know anything about our new best friend?
No, I think they might have mentioned it if he was a notorious serial killer.
David's son Kevin, played by Andrew Lawrence, and his daughter Jennifer, played by Tricia Vesey, are even less enthusiastic.
Dr. Bean is a very remarkable man. Hey, for all you know, he could be very cute.
Oh, come on, the guy is gonna be a creep. All Englishmen are ugly. I just look at Prince Charles and weep.
Okay, so he's gonna look like Meatloaf's butt.
Yeah, and that's if we get lucky.
Jennifer, no one is asking you to marry him.
I don't know why we have these family conferences if Dad's already made up his mind.
Perceptive child.
Hey, what's wrong with Meatloaf's butt?
Oh, come on, everybody, it's gonna be great.
Upon arrival in California, Bean is detained at Los Angeles International Airport after inciting panic when he causes airport police officers to believe he has a gun. Bean then speaks to a gruff Los Angeles police lieutenant, Brutus, played by Richard Gant, who asks Mr. Bean if he is on medication.
Mr. Bean, are you presently on any kind of medication?
Not that I know of.
Well, you can certainly use some.
Meeting David and his family, Allison is immediately creeped out by Mr. Bean and insists that he not stay at their home.
There are Martians who have been exiled from Mars for looking weird, who look less weird than this guy.
He has an original quality.
He goes today.
David takes Bean to the gallery where he meets everyone who find him unusual. Grierson informs Bean that he is expected to make a speech during the unveiling.
So at about 11 o'clock, we should be ready for your speech.
Yes, and I think 20 minutes should be long enough. Don't you, Bernice?
Absolutely. I know you could fill hours, Doctor, but for the press, it would be best if you could keep it quite light. Maybe throw in some anecdotes about the actual painting of the picture and explain why it is considered to be America's greatest painting.
He also reminds David that Bean is his responsibility.
The unveiling of Whistler's Mother is the most important thing to ever happen to this gallery. And Dr. Bean was your choice.
Yes, I understand that. Thank you, sir.
After Allison decides to take the kids to her mother's while Mr. Bean stays in their home, David asks Bean what art galleries he wishes to go visit. Instead, Bean asks David to take him to Pacific Park on the Santa Monica Pier. After tampering with a simulator ride to make it more enjoyable for himself, Bean finds himself again in police custody, again with Brutus, who asks David what he truly knows about the doctor, and asking David if he will take responsibility for Bean.
He's a genius, huh?
That's what they tell me.
Well, he looks like a fruitcake to me. You willing to take responsibility for his actions? Well, you're a braver man than me, and I single-handedly take on gangs armed with AK-47s. Tell him his is a butt I would dearly love to kick.
Back at the house, David is surprised by Grierson and his wife Sylvia, played by Priscilla Shanks, who arrive for a dinner that David had forgotten about.
I've got some bad news and some good news. The bad news is that Allison has had to go visit her mom, who, well, is not well.
That's too
Dear, poor thing.
Sorry to hear that, David.
The good news is that Dr. Bean and I will be cooking.
Oh.
Sure, that's good news.
Well, of course it is. All the greatest chefs in the world are men. So, what's on the menu, Maestro?
Oh, no way. No, that's for Thanksgiving. Allison would kill me. No, there's gotta be something else. Okay, you stuff it, I'll distract them.
Bean attempts in vain to prepare a turkey, and hilarity ensues.
Maybe I should just go in and help, Dr. Bean.
Sylvia, no, please sit down. The doctor is in complete control of the situation.
The problem with the mayor is that what the city needs is leadership, vision. No, I don't think you're going to get that from some compromised career politician.
Which is why George should be running for office.
Excuse me.
Attempting to stuff the turkey into the microwave for 20 minutes, things go even more wrong.
I have a question for you.
He's very attentive to detail.
After the turkey disaster, David confronts Bean about his obvious suspicions.
Number one, are you a doctor? Number two, do you know anything about art? Just for instance here, was Leonardo da Vinci an American basketball player?
Yes.
Can Mr. Bean keep from being a disaster area long enough for David and the gallery to unveil Whistler's mother?
Where's the picture gone? What? Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus, God! Oh, Mary, Mother of Jesus of Nazareth!
This movie is based off the British television series Mr. Bean, which aired from 1990 to 1995 on ITV and then aired frequently on PBS in the United States. Various skits from the television series were reworked into this movie, such as the air sickness bag on the airplane, the turkey on his head, getting bored on the roller coaster, a mishap with a painting, and more. Steve Martin, a self-confessed huge fan of Mr. Bean, wanted to play the role of David Langley. I think he could have done it quite well, and it would have been quite a comedy team-up, Mr. Bean and Steve Martin. But you do have to wonder if Steve Martin might have been too heavy a hitter to be teamed up with Mr. Bean. The producers were initially looking for an unknown actor to play General Newton. However, Burt Reynolds was a huge fan of Mr. Bean and asked for a role, so he was then cast as the general. Peter MacNicol and Burt Reynolds previously appeared together in the 1986 film Heat. Jimmy Smits was considered for the role of Lieutenant Brutus. In 2 scenes, Allison Langley insults Mr. Bean by referring to him as a Martian and as David's friend from the planet Zog.
But David, we have been waiting for 5 hours. And what do we get? A drunk and his friend from the planet Zog.
This is a nod to the opening sequence from the Mr. Bean television show, which gave viewers the impression that Mr. Bean may not be human, but an extraterrestrial that falls out from a beam of light. On Mr. Bean's passport, it is revealed that Mr. Bean was born in Enfield on January 6, 1955. This is Rowan Atkinson's birthday, although he was born in Consett, County Durham. This movie has 2 different cuts to the turkey scene, depending on the region. American test audiences loved the turkey on Mr. Bean's head. However, European test audiences objected to it, which led to the scene being reshot for the international release, while the original scene remained intact in the United States release. Bean was filmed in Los Angeles, California, and London, England, from September 30th to December 6th, 1996. The music in this movie was performed by Howard Goodall, who did the theme song Esse Homo for the television series. He implemented that Mr. Bean theme into this movie's score. Bean was released in Australia on July 3rd, 1997, followed by a release in the United Kingdom on August 8th. Bean was a tremendous box office hit. It grossed a total of $251.2 million on a budget of just $18 million. This was the first movie to gross $100 million at the box office before being released into the United States. I first saw this movie in theaters with my dad in November 1997. I actually remember we showed up at the theater, but it was sold out, so we left for an hour or so to grab food and had to come back for a late night showing. I think this movie is hilarious. I watched episodes of Mr. Bean on PBS when I was a kid in the mid-1990s, so the idea of him coming to America in 1997, it was just so great, and the movie was hilarious. I do notice, though, what they say about that turkey scene. When I've watched this movie as the years go by, I think sometimes I see the international version because you don't see the turkey on his head. But I remember in the theater, he had the turkey on his head, and if you watch that version, it's way better and way more funny. I could totally see Steve Martin in the David Langley role, but I think Peter MacNicol does a great job. I highly recommend the 1997 comedy hit, Bean.